What's up, guys? About once a year I have to take my goggles here and kind of open them up and clean them because the lenses get dust on them and stuff like that, and grease from your face and whatnot. And my eyesight is pretty terrible anyway, so I had to clean them. And since I got to tear them open, I thought I would show you guys some of the modifications I've made over the years. Some of the modifications have been pretty heavy, and I know a lot of you guys fly digital DJI and stuff like that, and you get great video. I don't blame you guys. I don't blame you guys not one bit. If you can afford the digital, I would too. If I could afford it, you better bet you I'd be flying digital because you can see so much better. But I make do with these, and this is just what I've always had. I've had to modify them, like I say. So let me tell you about these things. These were bought about 5 years ago. They're the Eachine Goggles 2. They're 1080p. But they're only 1080p if you're watching a movie on them, or if you're doing a sim like the FPV sims. It's got a high definition HDMI input right here, and you can hook it to your computer and you can get 1080p that way on the screen. But as far as what your FPV is, the screen, I mean, it can go up to 1080p, but most cameras don't do that in analog, so it's just normal FPV. But they're pretty nice goggles, but they did not come with a DVR, so I had to add that. I had to go in and solder some wires to the board, add me a little external DVR right here. The battery went bad on it, that was on it, so I ended up taking a Bugs 2 battery and just cutting the end off and making it to where I can hook it to that. This battery lasts so much longer. Now the biggest modification I made is the lens, and I'll show you when I get it open here. When I first got them, they were okay. I could see pretty good, but as the years went by, my eyesight's gotten worse and worse and worse. Both of these sets of glasses right here are 3.25 reading glasses, and if I'm reading fine print on something, or if I'm soldering like on a 20 by 20 flight controller or ESC, I have to put them both on like this and wear them. Otherwise I can't see what I'm doing. That's how bad my eyesight is. You know, with most box goggles, it's like you're looking down a hallway. Like you're looking down a hallway, and at the end of the hallway there's a screen. And these were that way when I first got them. Not a long hallway, but just a short hallway. But since I've modified them, now there's no hallway anymore at all. The screen is right here. I mean, right here. The only hard thing about it was when I first cut them open the very first time, they were glued together, and I had to take a razor blade and very carefully cut it open in order to not damage any of the wires or electronics. But I managed to do it. So the way these were stock just wouldn't work for me now. So let me open them up and I'll show you what I've did in here. Okay, guys, you can see this is my screen right here. This is my Fresnel lens, and if you'll look down in there and notice, the Fresnel lens used to be in this real clear-cut line right here. That's where the lens used to sit, and I could see pretty good when I first got them. Then my eyesight got worse, so I had to come along and use a little hot iron, like a soldering iron, and cut me a groove in here so I could move the lens back. And then my eyesight got even worse. And so I went and bought another one of these lenses just like this, and I added 2 lenses. Okay, and that worked for a while. As long as you have them separated a little bit, it makes the image even bigger. Then my eyesight got even worse, so now I have went past the nose piece where my nose sits. My nose actually, this lens actually sits right on my nose, and I had to put a little piece of foam on it right there to keep it from cutting into my nose. And I can't go any further and they won't even fit my face. So that's how far I've had to move my lens back from the screen to make it bigger. And the way it is right now, think of sitting in a movie theater, a big one, and sitting on the very front row seat, but not down and looking up, be directly at it, that close to it. That's what I'm seeing right now, and that's what I have to be able to fly. I mean, it's like it's right here, just, and it's this wide. So it's it's pretty bad, guys. My eyesight is really bad, and it's continually getting worse. But the way I have it set, the way I have it in here, at least I do have another lens. Like I say, I can always go back and add another lens into one of these other slots, and because I can't move this any more forward, but I can add another lens in here, and if I'll probably end up having to put it here first. Then when my eyesight gets worse, I'll have to move it back to here, because the more separation you have between the two lenses, this first one will magnify it quite a bit. And then if you have another one like this, and the further you separate it from it, it'll magnify it even double or triple. So I mean, you can make the image so damn big. One time I had it so big that it honestly felt like when you was looking through the goggles, you was on a cliff and you was standing right on the edge fixing to fall off. That's how it looked to me. But that's, I mean, that's what I have to do to fly, guys. And I got no complaints about it. I mean, I can't help that my eyesight's going bad. I don't know what's causing it. I hadn't been to the doctor. Can't afford to. So I just live with it, and I make do. I modify things to make do with, you know. I try to make my video as best as I possibly can. I don't fly off very far, so my video, you know, because if it gets very much snow, I really can't see. So about the most I can do is just go around the back of my house and go around that tree down there. And it helps too that I only fly at this place, because a lot of the times I would say I'm flying blind, because when I'm doing a fast roll or flip upside down or something, I really don't know which way I'm fixing to come out. And so I have to know which way I was heading in the first place and know what move I'm fixing to make to know what's going to be on the other direction. You know what I mean? It ain't that I'm seeing that there's a tree over there and I got to do something right quick. A lot of times I know there's a tree over there because I've flown this place for so long. You just know where everything is, and so you know how to fly. If you put me anywhere else, if you took me to a park somewhere, I probably could not fly like I do out here. I just couldn't do it. I just know everything around here. Alright guys, that's all I got to say. I got to get busy now and clean this lens. It's been raining for the last 3 damn days. I am sick of it. I can't fly. I'm stuck in this house and bored. I hope all you guys are getting to fly, but I sure ain't. Oh, and voila, just like that, they're all put back together. I pretty much just tape them back together with duct tape each time. It's pretty easy to do. Alright guys, that's all I got to say. Y'all have a great day.